You ever look at a single sentence and wonder how much is really packed inside? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're taking just one sentence, 17 words, that's it, and we're going to treat it like a locked suitcase. Together, we're going to pry it open and unpack the incredible story of geology, value, and rarity hidden inside.
And here it is. This is our sentence. I mean, on the surface, it looks pretty straightforward, right? Just a simple description of a place. But this is that packed suitcase I was talking about. So our job is to open it up and examine everything inside, piece by piece. So let's ask the big question. What is this sentence actually telling us? Because it's way more than just a fact. Think of it as a set of clues that points to a much bigger story. A story about value, about powerful natural forces, and about just how rare some things are. So let's start our little investigation with the very first clue. You might think the first clue is the volcano, but it's not. It's actually where the volcano is. Let's zoom in on the first few words.
See those first three words? Hingol National Park. Now, the sentence could have just said it was in Balochistan, and that would have been true. So why add National Park? That little detail, it's a huge tell. It's incredibly important.
You see, the phrase national park is a signal. It tells you right away this isn't just some random spot on a map. This is a place that a government has looked at and said, wow, this is so valuable, so important that we need to legally protect it. So get this, before we even get to the volcano itself, we've already learned something huge. It's located inside a place that's officially considered a natural treasure.
Okay, so we know its location tells us it's valuable. Now let's look at what it is, because the sentence doesn't just describe a landmark, it describes a living phenomenon.
The sentence calls it an active mud volcano. And first off, what is that? It's not the fiery mountain of lava you're probably picturing. It's a spot where mud, water, and gases from deep underground literally bubble up to the surface. But honestly, the most important word in that whole phrase isn't mud or volcano, it's active. And that one word changes everything.
Just think about the difference for a second. A dormant volcano, that's kind of like a historical landmark, right? It's a cool relic of the past. But an active one, that's a current event. It's a living, breathing, dynamic process that's happening right now. It means there's movement, there's change, there's a constant natural force at work. This thing isn't a monument, it's a live show.
So let's recap. We have a protected natural treasure that's also a live, ongoing geological event. I mean, that's already a pretty amazing story. But our sentence has one last part, and this is the one that really puts everything into a massive perspective.
One of the few in Asia. Just let that sink in for a moment. This final phrase takes our volcano from being, locally important to being significant on a continental scale. It's not just a volcano. It's an incredible rarity across a landmass where over 4 billion people live. This chart really helps visualize what one of the few means. That tall bar, that's for common things like mountains or rivers. There are thousands and thousands of them. But that tiny little bar next to it, that represents active mud volcanoes in Asia. We're talking about a true geological outlier on an absolutely massive scale. It is exceptionally rare.
All right, we've taken the whole sentence apart, we've looked at each piece, and we've understood what it all means. Now, let's put it all back together and see the full, amazing story that was waiting for us this whole time.
So, what does our sentence really tell us? It tells the story of a legally protected natural treasure, a place so special it's been set aside. It describes a living, dynamic force of nature that is happening as we speak, and it reveals that this feature is an extraordinary rarity, one of just a handful across the entire continent of Asia. It's a protected, living, rare marvel. And there you have it. We started with just 17 simple words, and we ended up with a whole world of meaning. Just by looking closely at phrases like national park, active, and one of the few, we uncovered this entire narrative. It just goes to show you how much can be hiding in simple text if you just know how to look.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought. This was just one sentence from one source. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible stories are hiding out there in plain sight, just waiting in the simple text we see every single day, waiting to be unpacked?